Hello, today I'll be discussing control theory. My name is Clara Dominguez. I'm doing this for Sociology 3307. Travis Hierarchy started with this theory, assuming that delinquency was a natural state. However, following questions came, such as why do people offend and also why don't they? And his answer was control theory in 1969, following with four ways bonding. Four ways bonding. The first one is attachment, emotional bond that a person has with others, such as family members, friends, overall a loved one. A bond that the individual is afraid to disappoint if ever engage in a deviant behavior. The second one is commitment, investment that a person has to a particular activity that makes them aspire for their future, activities that involved their education or careers. This will keep them away from deviant activities because they don't want to jeopardize their future. The third one is involvement, time, and energy. A person gives to a conventional activity, activities such as after school programs, just any type of activities that leaves a little to no time for any deviant behavior. The last one is belief, values, meaning that the individual accepts of social norms, strong beliefs in laws, making that less likely for the individual to actually commit a deviant crime because that will literally go against their beliefs. Michael Gottfredson worked with Hierarchy, arguing that weak self-control can be a huge factor for those individuals that actually do go through with their deviant act. He stated that people who have weak self-control are reckless, impulsive, and insensitive. Child fail discipline. This goes back all the way for their childhood, meaning that if parents did not correct the child's wrongful behavior, they bring those into adulthood, landing them to do deviant acts. Charles Tittle continued with the control theory. He stated that deviance is caused by the lack of control balance, control surplus, meaning that the individual sometimes might have too little or too much control. Now, if the case is that the individual has too much control over others, this might end up in a deviant behavioral such as exploitation of others, theft, child molestation, and even sexual harassment because of the whole power that they have over other individuals. Lastly, we have John Braithwaite. So, considering that Hierarchy argued that control theory was due to bonding of society, now we see a different point of view with Braithwaite arguing that the control doesn't necessarily come from the bonding. Furthermore, it comes from the shaming. So he breaks down the shaming into two groups. So the first one is disintegrating shaming. So this is the negative one in which the individual does the deviance act, and whenever he tries to come back to the community, he's not accepted. So he's actually isolated from the community. And last one, we have reintegrating shaming, which is the one that after the individual pays the price for the deviance act they had committed, whenever they're coming back to the society, community, they are reaccepted. So they're welcome. So like the saying goes, hating the sin, but loving the sinner. Thank you for watching. These are my resources.